I'm Dr. Lynn Fox, and I'm going to be sharing with you, along with my colleague Sandra Elliott, and also my co-author, a program that can make your classroom sparkle and be successful for everyone, including you. It's called Teacher Expectations and Student Achievements, TESA, T-E-S-A. And just a little bit about who I am and who my colleague is, because you will be with us for probably the next 15 weeks. So we wrote a wonderful little book that's now in its third edition called Make a Difference in a Day, and is a handbook for beginning and substitute teachers. It is designed, just as TESA is, to be something you can use immediately and you are going to get positive results. It also works with grades K through 12 and any subject area. So let me tell you about TESA. TESA is, I would say, one of the best classroom management and bonding programs that has been out there since the 70s. It was designed in Los Angeles County. Tremendous amount of research been done on this area by the original Mary Martin and Sam Kerman. And it is something that every teacher, and I also think every parent that has more than one child, should know about these techniques and strategies that can truly make a difference. So let's get down to business. Over the next about 15 weeks, we are going to give you a 3 to 5 minute ideas and strategies you can implement immediately, and that are going to build on the ones that we shared with you the week before. So let's look at TESA. TESA was designed to make sure that every student in the classroom, regardless of race, regardless of sex, regardless of ability levels, was succeeding at their highest level. And what they found out is that we treated high achievers differently than we treated individuals we thought were lower achievers. And because of that, they didn't achieve to their full potential. So it's all designed around what are the things that really make a difference in 3 areas: academic performance, classroom management or behavior techniques, and things that the kids are doing and what you can do to help them act more appropriately. And the third area is what TESA calls personal regard. I call it the self-esteem, the bonding in a classroom, the fun part where kids want to come and they want to learn. So let's look at the way the process is set up. First of all, it's not something you come in, you listen to us, and you go out and do all of this, and of course you fail because it's way too much. So what we are doing, and what TESA's done, is we break it down into 15 interactions that build upon one another, and they address the 3 areas I just talked about. So let's look at them. The first one is, it works in the first area, which is equal opportunity. Everybody gets the same opportunity to succeed, just like the high achiever does. And the second area is where, when we ask a question or we engage the students, that we know and they know, which is more important, whether they're going down the right road or a road over here that's not going to take them to where they want to get. To sum up, I want to just recap a few of the important things about TESA. First of all, it is something where you will be succeeding week after week, and your students also will be learning more, they will behave better, and they will be coming to class looking to learn more and be engaged with their peers, regardless of where they're coming from as an individual. So, number 1, TESA is a program that's been around a long time. It's been researched over and over again. It has been tried in classrooms all over the country, and it is designed so that you as a teacher learn how to do these interactions on a weekly basis where you practice them, and then when you're ready you go to the next one, add it to the one that you've learned before, and then after a period of time all of these things become a part of your teaching. There are 3 areas, they call them strands, that are really important for you to understand and to know which interaction you are focused on that relate to that. And the first one is everybody gets an opportunity to be involved in the learning of the day. So we do, as human beings, learn by doing. So everybody has that same chance. Number 2 is everybody gets feedback. They get to know really where they are going, how they are going to get there, and then whether they've done it correctly or incorrectly, and how to correct it. The third area is personal regard, and that's basically the good part, the fun part, where they connect with one another and you as a teacher and the content area. So we're looking forward, Sandra and I, to go over each and every one of these interactions so that you will succeed. Hi, welcome back. This is Dr. Lynn Fox, and I'm here to share with you one of the finest programs that I think is available to any teacher. It's called TESA, Teacher Expectations and Student Achievement. So we have already discussed and shared information on what it's all about and how it's set up. So we're ready to move on to the first interaction, which is called calling on all students, engaging each and every student in your classroom, the low achievers as well as the high achievers. So how do we go about doing that and doing it in such a way that the students do re-engage? So here's number 1 of my suggestions today. Take that old class list that everybody has, and if you're a sub, it's the first thing and first tool you have. Look through it, number the students besides each name, put a number, and then decide the first question you're going to call on all the odd students, those that have an odd number, and do maybe 5 of those. And then the next question, or the next set of questions, call on the even number students. The idea is to alternate and to randomly call on, not call on the same 5 students that raise their hand and ask to answer the question. Why? Because they always are the ones that know the answer and that are engaged. The idea with TESA is to get all your students engaged and give them the same opportunity to learn and to grow from the experience today. Number 2, get a deck of cards. Cards can come in handy in many ways, but with TESA it's a great thing because you could have handed out these cards to the students as they come in the room, and then as you're asking a question, you say, okay, those that have the ace of clubs, this question's for you. And then you just pull out a card randomly and call on someone, and you ask who has the 2 of spades. So that way you are giving everyone the same opportunity. There's some novelty to it, and again, you are getting the students to respond. The third idea that I want to share with you is one where you use other tools that you have readily available. The chalkboard or the whiteboard in most classrooms today. And instead of having one person answer the question, you have 5 or 6 students go up, and then you
ask a question, they write down the answer, and you have 6 people instead of 1 person answering the questions. Multiple people engaged. On this note, I'm now going to turn it over to Sandra. She has a number of additional ideas, but there is one that I want to just bring to your attention. It's a simple one. Everybody's sitting at their seat. You ask the question, and you give the students answer A, answer B, or answer C. And you say, all those that think answer A is correct, thumbs up. If you think it's incorrect, thumbs down. And then you go through A, B, and C. And you look around, you're learning not only who has it correct, but who doesn't and who's even close. So again, it's not one student raising his or her hand and asking to be involved in the learning, but all your students. So on that note, I turn you over to Sandra. Have a great day and enjoy TESA.
Hi, I am Sandra Elliott and a colleague of Dr. Lynn Fox, and I'd like to give you some thoughts about what you can do if you're a sub in a classroom and you're using TESA. Specifically, if you want to get an equal distribution of responses, one of the things you can do is take in your class list, which I believe Dr. Fox mentioned, and get an extra copy, mark off as you have called on various people to keep you on top of the fact that you're not repeatedly responding to the raised hands of the same people. Another one that's really good is to use think, pair, share. And whether or not they are in pairs, if you, instead of immediately calling for a response, you ask them to think about it, pair up, and share their answers, and then go around and get responses. Another idea that you can use is to visualize a shape, for instance, a circle. And as you're calling on students, you would call on people, the top of the circle, you would sort of visually go around, and then perhaps you would come down in the middle. But this gives you sort of a visual to make sure you're getting an equal distribution of responses. Again, I'm Sandra Elliott.